The fitness industry has gotten a little bit soft recently, and I want to be really clear about something before I say anything else. This is coming from someone who literally markets themselves as being incredibly compassionate and not painting everybody with the same brush. I'm not usually the tough love, no excuses, sleep when you're dead kind of knobhead. Sleep on the floor, eat gravel instead of chocolate kind of coach. That's just not me. I genuinely care about the people that I help, and I genuinely do believe that kindness and empathy have a solid place within the fitness industry. But there is a huge difference between being compassionate and just being an enabler. And right now, the fitness industry is enabling the fuck out of people. And I think it's doing genuine damage, lifelong damage. So let's talk about it just for a second. You've got fitness influencers, coaches, PTs, nutritionists, everyone within the industry giving people a sexy little stroke of the earlobe and whispering to them, "Oh no, baby, it's fine. Don't worry. It's not your fault. Your stressful job caused you to deep throat that packet of bourbons. It wasn't you." Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I get completely why it happens. I really do. Compassionate content performs well, unfortunately, in today's age and society. People like being told that it's not their fault. It feels validating and it feels kind. It gets shares and saves and comments saying, "This is exactly what I needed to hear today." But here's the problem. If you spend long enough getting told that everything is someone or something else's fault, and not yours, you start to believe it. And when you start to believe it, you completely lose the ability to make any kind of change necessary, because you've handed all of your power over to the things that you cannot control. And that is not compassion. It's actually one of the most harmful things you can do to someone. Now, before anyone kicks off at the comments, I want to be clear about something. There are things which make fat loss a hell of a lot harder for some people. Like legitimate things that I will never dismiss or brush under the carpet. Having kids makes finding the time to go to the gym a little bit more difficult. On top of that, you've got stress, you've got sleep deprivation, you've got the complete restructuring of your life against it. Working a demanding job, that means that you probably won't have enough time to go to the gym. Or when you do go, you might be knackered. You might be too tired to cook when you get home, meaning that takeaways sound a little bit more sexy. Health conditions like PCOS or endometriosis may make you feel uncomfortable 9/10 of the time. And they'll also affect your hormones, your energy, and your relationship with your body in general. And that will also make fat loss a hell of a lot harder too. The onset of menopause and everything that impacts physically and mentally will also have an impact on it. These are real situations, and I am not dismissing any of them. And if you are dealing with any kind of these things, then genuinely my heart goes out to you, and I massively respect you for what you're going through. Because trying to navigate something which is difficult whilst also navigating something else that is also difficult is huge. But, and this is a big but, these things do not have a direct control over your inability to not eat. They do not have direct control over the food that you're putting in your mouth, or how inactive you are, or whether or not you exercise. They influence how easy it is to do these things, but they don't physically stop you from going to the gym or physically force feed food down your throat for the 8th time this evening. All of that lies solely in your hands, not your kids, not your jobs, not your health conditions, not your grandparents, not the government, yours. There's a psychological concept I want to introduce you to. It's something known as a locus of control. In simple terms, it's whether or not you believe that outcomes associated with your life are due to either your own actions or external forces. An internal locus of control is where you take responsibility unto yourself, where you recognise that whilst you can't control some of the things that happen to you, you can definitely control how you react to it. So it sounds like this. Work's been very, very busy this week. It's been absolutely mental. I'm going to have a takeaway tonight, but that's fine. I'm just going to get straight back to it the next day. That's someone with an internal locus of control, someone that takes responsibility for their actions, but finds a way to act upon it afterwards or during it. They're not pretending that the stress doesn't exist, because it does. They're not being unrealistic. They're just taking ownership of the choice that they're going to make and stay within the driver's seat whilst doing it. An external locus of control, on the other hand, is where you hand that responsibility to external forces, something else or someone else. And it sounds something like this. Work has been stressful today, that's why I'm overeating. My diet's fucked for the week, so I'm just going to start again on Monday when work is less stressful. Do you see the difference between those two? In the first example, work was stressful, you chose to have a takeaway, but you also chose to get straight back on it the day after. You made the call, you're in control. In the second example, Work is the thing that made you overeat, not your own choice. The stress did, not you. And because it wasn't you, there's nothing you can do about it except wait for it to stop. And that second place is such a dangerous place to be in. It really is. Because as soon as you do not have control over something, or what something does to you, then you're making the decision not to act upon it. Because here's the reality, things aren't going to calm down. Kids are going to be kids, even past when they're 18 years of age. My mum still treats me like a child. Work is not suddenly going to be stress-free. It might calm down for a few weeks, but then what happens a few weeks later when the company gets more clients or when it hits a stressful, busy period? Your health condition is not going to disappear unless they find a cure for endometriosis and PCOS or a reverse aging serum that makes the menopause stop. Life is not going to get to a point where all of the difficult situations resolve themselves magically overnight and then you can finally peacefully start your diet in perfect conditions. That just doesn't happen. Monday never comes. And if you've handed control of your actions over to those circumstances and your circumstances never improve, then by definition, neither do your results. You are completely, totally and utterly stuck. You are at the mercy of the things that you do not control. If you have no control over something, you can't fix it. You can't adapt to it. You can't find a workaround. You're just at its mercy, indefinitely waiting for it to change so that you can start living your life. And I don't want that for you. I genuinely, truly do not. I don't want that for anyone. I want to see everyone get the results that they deserve. So what does taking responsibility actually look like in practice? Because I don't want this to be just a philosophical conversation. Simple. If your health condition flares up, meaning that you probably aren't either in the mood or the physical state to go to the gym and work out, then it's your choice whether you go out for a light walk or sit at home stuffing your face with ice cream. Both are valid responses in the moment, but one is a choice that you're making, not something that's happening to you. Work gets busy, work gets stressful, which is genuinely exhausting and genuinely difficult. And it's your choice whether you pull up Uber Eats on your phone, ready to order a takeaway when you get home, or whether you've got a backup plan for busy nights like that. A simple meal, something easy, go to Aldi and get a microwave meal with low calories, whatever it is. Something that keeps you roughly on track without requiring any extra energy. The difference between reacting to your life and acting upon it is the difference between you being a passenger and being the driver. It's the difference between you not getting results and getting results. It's the difference between sitting there and not making a change and actually making the change that you want. You have control over your life. You have control over your actions. Even if those actions are hard, you still have control over them. Even when the options in front of you aren't great, you might be tired or stressed or in pain and you really just want to deep throat a packet of bourbons, but nobody is making those choices other than you. And as soon as you start to take responsibility for your actions, I sound like my teacher, fuck. As soon as you start taking responsibility for those actions and start learning to act upon them rather than react to circumstances that are happening to you, you'll actually start putting the steps in place to actually get the results that you want. I hope that helps, hope that makes sense. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want any more advice on how to get into the best shape possible without hating your life in the process, follow my Instagram at k.p_health. Or subscribe to this channel to check out any more future content. And if you want some more in-depth tailored advice on how we can get you results just like these, fill the link in the description below and I'll be in touch with you to show you exactly how we can help you do that. In the meantime, have a lovely rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.